Hi my bad little things, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I know it's been a long time, but I'm so excited to be here and be back because I have so many new techniques and skills to share with you guys involving hard gel, GelX, natural nails, and also nail art, of course. Today, these are the nails that we are going to be doing together. I'm so excited because they are green for St. Patrick's Day and just spring coming up. So I'm going to be showing you a full gel removal of my old set and a brand new GelX set, and we're also going to do airbrush art, chrome, 3D art, and more chrome. If you want to see more of me and more clips, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok. They will be linked below, and I will also have all the products that I'm using today linked below. Majority of them will be in my Amazon storefront, but if they're somewhere else, I'll link them separately. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So this is my current situation. I have had these nails on, I want to say since like January 2nd, so they are very grown out, and yes, they are my natural nails, and yes, I will be chopping them down today. I am taking my medium safety bit. This one is a small barrel. I just kind of showed you a comparison for what a regular one looks like. I just prefer the small one because I feel like it works better for me, but you use what works for you. A medium regular safety bit is perfectly fine, but yes, I'm clipping all my nails down because they were just breaking on the sides and I just honestly couldn't deal with it anymore, and I just wanted to start fresh. So I'm taking that medium safety bit and I am removing majority of the gel. When I'm doing this, I'm not using a whole lot of pressure. I do have my e-file set on like 27 RPMs. That's usually what I use when I'm doing removals for gel, because gel is very soft, so you don't have to use a lot of pressure when you're removing it. And also, when you are doing a removal with an e-file, please make sure you are leaving a layer of gel on the nails. So when you're putting the nails on, you should be putting a base coat or a rubber base coat, and you are not going to use a metal or carbide bit on the natural nail. You are only filing down enough to where there is still a coat of gel on the nails. You do not want to be using this on the natural nail. If you are not comfortable with filing gel, then you need to just soak it off. But I've been doing this for so long that I'm comfortable with filing it. But yes, not a lot of pressure, and make sure you're leaving a layer of gel. I went ahead and clipped my nails down. I pretty much left like no type of length on my nails. I just cut them all the way down because there was just too much breaking and lifting and tearing just from having them on for so long. But now I am taking my medium grit sanding band and I leave a little bit off the edge. I actually saw another nail tech do this where she doesn't push the sanding band all the way down. She leaves it hanging off a little bit, and I like this a lot better because it allows you to kind of get in the cuticle area a lot better, just because there's no metal behind it. It's a little softer and easier. And I am using my e-file on 7 RPMs. This is going to differ depending on what type of e-file you have, but I would recommend staying between the range of 5 to 7 RPMs. And I'm also using it to kind of shape my natural nails just so I don't have to take a file to them. I'm just kind of rounding them off and just making sure I'm getting in my cuticle area and using a light hand to sand them down. Next, I'm taking my favorite cuticle bit. I honestly am not exactly sure what it is called. I believe it came in a kit, but it's definitely in my Amazon storefront somewhere. It should be under like cuticle maintenance or e-file bits, something like that. But I take this and I just go around. And also, by the way, this is me working with my left hand because I didn't realize I wasn't recording using my right hand on my left hand. I am right-handed, so you can kind of see in this little clip how I use my left hand to file my other hand, my non-dominant hand. It has honestly just taken years of practice and patience and repetitiveness to get to this point, but I still use my pinky to brace my hand just so that I'm resting on something and I have a little bit more control. But this bit, I love it. It just gets in all the little nooks and crannies, and it completely takes off any dead skin. I'm also using this at 7 RPMs, and I am not using a lot of pressure. One thing and a key thing you have to remember when using an e-file is that you need to let the tools work for you. You are not applying pressure and you are not filing into the person's natural nail. You are only removing white, dry, dead skin with bits like this. So please make sure that you are not digging into the person's natural nail when using any type of metal file. Now I'm taking this other little bit. I'm not really sure what this is called either, but it's a very, very fine grit. And I just go around my skin and just kind of buff everything out. I'm not using a very coarse bit to do this. It is very, very fine, and I have it on about 7 or 8 RPMs because I had just a lot of like skin around where my nails had grown out. So I was just I just want it to be smooth. You definitely don't have to do this step. You can use like a buffer or some type of little like a really fine file that you would like use for your feet or just around your hands, but I just like the bit because it's a lot quicker. And just make sure you're cleaning it, of course. And all of your tools you should be cleaning with barbicide or some type of medical grade antiseptic type of cleaner. But now I'm taking a buffer and I'm just going around my natural nails just to kind of smooth them out. Like I said, I already went in with my sanding band and kind of rounded them out, so just making sure there's no like loose pieces hanging around, you know. And now I'm taking a 90% alcohol. Actually, I believe this is 90. I want to say it's 90% or 99% rubbing alcohol, and I cleanse my nails with this with a manicure brush. Now it's time for the fun part. I'm going in with these GelX tips by Unagella. They are from Amazon, and I do have them linked on my Amazon storefront. I love these. They are like the perfect length and shape for me because I love like not a super stiletto, but kind of like an almondetto, like almost almond, but it's still pointy enough to like be stiletto. So I'm just sizing all of these out, and these fit my fingers perfectly. Like I don't have to file them to shape or anything. They just fit amazingly. So if you have like rounder nail beds, these tips are going to be perfect for you. And now I am taking my rubber base. I use the BeautyLuxe rubber base refill bottle, but I use my gelish bottle. So the gelish foundation was originally the gel that I used to use, but honestly it just got super expensive because each bottle was about $15, and I want to say I was going through a bottle and a half a week with my clients. So I basically just dug around and tried to find something that was the most similar consistency and retention as gelish foundation, and BeautyLuxe rubber base is honestly on point. It has a little bit of a thinner consistency, but it is damn near like the exact same formula. So now I did cure those for 60 seconds, and now I'm going in and applying my tips. I do apply a little bit of gel on the bottom, and I just kind of rock the gel forward, and I just have my lamp already on and ready to the side, and I just move it into the light and flash cure it. I flash cure it for about 10 seconds, and I just move on because this gel does cure pretty quickly. So I just paint on a little bit of the gel and then leave put like a little blob of it at the bottom, and then I'm just rocking it forward. I don't press the GelX tips all the way to my cuticle. I definitely leave a little bit of room just so that I can file that down later, so you can have a lot more of a smooth and seamless finish. So just make sure that you're leaving like half a millimeter or a millimeter of your nail exposed where you are applying the tip. It just, honestly, to me, I feel like it allows for better retention also, because sometimes when you put the GelX tip too close to the skin and you try to file it, you possibly just can't get everything, and it can cause lifting or air bubbles to get trapped under there. And I have just noticed that some people, it just causes premature lifting way faster than it should. And honestly, with this technique, you shouldn't have any lifting at all, period. I have clients that come every 3 to 4 weeks with this method, and there is absolutely no lifting. But this is what they look like, and then I'm going to fully cure both my hands for a full 60 seconds. Now I'm taking a 5-in-1 tornado bit. This bit is really old, okay? It is a coarse bit. I have had this since I used to do acrylics, so it is very worn down. It is very dull, and I use it to go around and basically get rid of that little line around the cuticle area. If you want a bit like this, I suggest getting one that is fine. I would not suggest getting one that is a medium or coarse or extra coarse, because you will cut your client's cuticles with this bit, okay? So you need to be careful, but it needs to be something strong enough that's going to get it, because I've noticed if I have used any other type of bits, they usually get clogged with the GelX tip really quickly, and I have to clean it almost after like every 2 to 3 nails for it to actually get in there and make everything smooth. But I do have this bit on my Amazon storefront, so if you get this exact one, you definitely need to get like a fine bit. I actually think I have an alternative because I think I actually got that bit at a nail supply store, so I don't think the exact one is linked. But I am taking my 100 by 100 file. This is by Creation, and I'm just kind of like shaping up the nails a little bit. I don't need to file them too much. I really just have to file that little tab at the end that kind of sticks out. But other than that, I kind of leave everything how it is, just make them a little bit sharper. And this is how they look. I love them. I try not to file the sides of them either too much, just because I want the extra strength, because if you file too far into the sidewalls of the nail, that can cause breaking and cracking and lifting. And then I'm just taking a buffer and I am buffing the top. I see a lot of people use sanding bands to go in and file their GelX. You do not have to do that, and to me it's a waste of time because they do not need to be filed that extraneous. They just need a little buffing so that the surface is not smooth and shiny. So just use a buffer, it's quicker, and you're going to save so much time. And then after that, I go in with my manicure brush and I just do a dry brush and clean off any dust or whatever. Sometimes if you use alcohol on the GelX, it can turn them white, so just try to be careful with that. Now, I am taking the same rubber base gel that I used before to put on my nails and also to apply the GelX tip. So I don't use any other gel besides this one for the whole process basically. And I just coat that and I cure it for a full 60 seconds. Sometimes I do go under the nail with this gel also, but in this case I didn't. I just didn't really feel like, actually I do at the end, I think I do. I can't really remember, but I guess we'll see. But now I'm taking this gel polish. It is a by D&D. I love this line of their gel polishes. It's just like all these new colors. I kind of forgot what this is called, but I did show you. I just wasn't looking at the screen while I was talking. Sorry. But this color is so beautiful, and I feel like it just matches my nail bed so nicely. So I am using this, and I do go in and do 2 coats of it. This is a color and kind of a line or collection that can be built up. So if you want it to be more opaque, I suggest doing 2 to 3 coats of it. But now we're getting into the fun part, or I guess another fun part, because applying the GelX is fun too. But I am taking my Savvyland Gel Airbrush paints, and we are going to be spray painting green on my nails. I picked a light green, a medium green, and a dark green. So I want to say I put maybe like 10 to 12 drops in there. I definitely didn't need that much, but sometimes this airbrush machine can shoot out way more polish than I need, so I try to put more than I need just to be careful, but you can always add more as you go. And I am honestly barely even pressing the trigger for this to come out, but make sure when you're doing airbrush gel, you are cleaning the cuticle area, or you're using like a latex protectant. If your client is allergic to latex, I don't suggest doing that, because you can use like a liquid latex or the little latex covers that go around your cuticle, which I do use those sometimes, but honestly just cleaning it up with a brush and alcohol just works for me. I don't have any allergies or anything to gel, so I don't have contact dermatitis or anything, but if you're prone to that, I would suggest maybe not doing that and possibly using regular airbrush paints. You don't have to get the gel ones, but in my opinion, I love them. They work so well, and I don't have to worry about mixing gels and paints and all this stuff. It just takes too long. This airbrush is also by Savvyland. I love it because I had an old one and it just honestly would mess up on me so often, and I think it was because I was using regular polish and I was making my own airbrush paint with acetone and regular polish, so I never had to cure it. But regular polish dries super fast when mixed with acetone, so it was clogging up my airbrush machine, and I was having to like just clean it so much after, which you should clean it after every time you use it. But anyway, moving on. I love that airbrush machine, okay, and I have all of that linked in my Amazon storefront as well. Now I'm just top coating everything, and I am curing. I believe I only cured for 30 to 40 seconds because I am going in with this chrome powder. It's like a green reflective chrome. I was going for a green look, okay, but I love this chrome powder. It's so pretty, and it's kind of sheer, and it just has like that green reflective look to it. But in all honesty, I did not end up loving my nails after this, and I honestly really thought about deleting this footage, but I didn't. I just pushed myself to edit it and go through it because I have gotten a lot of compliments on these nails. I think I'm just not used to having like all this color or just green on my nails in general. I usually don't do green, so I was a little thrown off by it, but it's okay. But I'm using these little makeup sponges to do the chrome, to apply it. I got them from, oh yeah, and I also spilled my freaking chrome. Okay, my life in a nutshell right here, but luckily I was able to save it. But the makeup sponges just work the best to me. I feel like they apply the chrome really well, and they also pick up any leftover chrome. They kind of absorb it, and like almost like a duster, it just kind of picks it up. And you can get them at the dollar store. I got them at Dollar General, I think, for like $2 for the whole pack, and I've been using it for a while. So I just try to dust off as much of the chrome as possible, and now I'm taking a 3D gel that is non-wipe, and I'm putting a good bit of that. I'm kind of mixing two different ones, just, I'm weird about consistency, I guess. And then I'm also taking a black gel polish, and I'm just going to mix all of this together. This is what I'm going to use for my 3D art. I suggest, if you are going to do like thick 3D art like I'm about to do, that you maybe don't add as much black, because some of them are not cured all the way through. It needs to be a little more opaque than what I made it here, just so that everything kind of cures really nicely. But I'm just going in with a shorter liner brush and just kind of globbing it on. Honestly, I didn't have a plan for these nails. I really didn't. And I think that's another reason why maybe I didn't love them, is because I didn't really go in with much of a plan. I just kind of freestyled here. I didn't have any inspo, nothing. I just tried to come up with something off the top of my head. I feel like this look would have been so cute with like pastel airbrush colors, like pink and blue, maybe a light green, and then maybe like a white chrome on top, or like a pink reflective chrome. And then if I did the 3D art with like gold or silver, I feel like I would have liked that a lot better. So honestly, if you recreate this look, like, please do those colors and that color combo, because I would love to see it, because I'm probably not going to redo this same exact design again, even though I really love the airbrush with the chrome look. I think it's so cool. I probably will do it on some of my clients. But you see here, like on this nail, I used a lot of gel, and it's just too black to cure all the way through. So that's my only suggestion when doing 3D art. Just try not to make it super dark. I use black because I feel like it ends up sticking better, and I can just kind of see what I'm doing. But you don't need it to be this black. Let me just say, you just don't need it to be this black. And also, with it being this black, I needed to cure it longer, but the longer you cure it, the less the chrome powder is going to stick. So whenever you're applying chrome powder, you only need to cure gel for about 30 to 40 seconds. You don't need to go a full 60 seconds, because sometimes the chrome will not stick. And sometimes these 3D gels are really, really slick, which makes it hard for chrome to stick to them. I hope all that made sense. But yeah, I was having a little bit of a difficult time getting the chrome to stick to this, because I had to cure it for so long because of how thick it was. So use less black, make sure that it's more sheer and just has like a black tint to it, almost like a jelly black, and only cure for about 30 to 40 seconds, and your chrome will stick like magic. It'll be so much better. But yeah, I'm just rubbing it in, and this is also kind of a chrome isolation technique that you can do if somebody is wanting a chrome design with like the isolation. You can put a chrome on the bottom of their nails and then go in and do the design and then put chrome on top, but that's only if they're gonna want that look. But I think it'd be really cute if you have like the white sheer mirror looking chrome that is not like really a color, it's just really shiny. If you do that on the base of their nails and then go in with another chrome design like the gold art or silver or whatever, then that color is not going to stick to the base of their nails. But I also have a matte powder proof top coat that I use, and honestly it is like the best one I have found. No powder sticks to it, and you can just take one of these little sponges and wipe it off, So any excess chrome that may be stuck to the nail, it picks it right up. And that's also linked in my Amazon storefront. I forget who it's by, but it's called a powder-proof matte top coat, and it's amazing, and it's non-wipe, so you don't have to wipe it, you don't have to worry about it. Just cure it for 60 seconds or longer, just to make sure that it's completely cured, because if it's not completely cured, the chrome will stick. So again, I'm just taking this little brush and just wiping it off. Also, that little brush that I'm using, the thick one, is from e.l.f. I think I found it at the dollar store. I love it because it's like a thick kabuki brush, and it just kind of collects all the chrome. I only use it for chrome, so I don't use it for anything else. And some of the chrome stuck in other little places because the 3D gel got on my nails, but I just used some alcohol and a brush to kind of lightly wipe it up, just to try not to mess up the chrome that's underneath. And now I'm just top coating everything. I'm just making sure to thoroughly top coat all of this because, you know, chrome has a habit of liking to wipe off super easy, so I make sure that I coat it really well. And now I'm taking my manicure brush with alcohol on it, and I'm just cleaning around my cuticle area so that there's no chrome powder stuck to my skin, because it likes to stay there, it likes to get stuck. And make sure you're doing this with your clients as well, because I've seen some people just kind of let their clients go with chrome powder all over them, and it doesn't come off that easy with just washing your hands. Like, it eventually will, but it's going to take a while. We are finally at the end of the video. This is the final look. I have started using a new camera, and I accidentally put everything in slow motion. I'm not really sure how I managed to do that, but I did. But honestly, I think it came out pretty cute. They're not bad, but like I said, I just wasn't in love with them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any suggestions on videos or something you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments. Don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe if you want. I will see you guys in the next one.